Hi everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Richard Seidlitz, I'm the owner of Redpants, and in this video I'm going to quickly announce the return of the Spinstate Key Fob and go over some information that might be of interest if you're interested in one of these. I think it's safe to say that just about everybody knows that the original key fob used on the early DB9 and V Advantage cars was from Volvo, and all Aston Martin did to hide that fact was put a piece of leather over the back to hide the Volvo lettering. But that didn't hide the fact that the rest of the key fob was pretty damn ugly. So luckily a company called Spinstate came along and made their own key fob. Here they are. Unfortunately, they moved on to other projects and stopped manufacturing these a few years ago. But after a bit of work and a lot of discussions with the owner of Spinstate, I was able to bring them back. So if you're interested in getting a key fob for your early DB9 or V Advantage, I have them in stock and ready to ship from Redpants. I originally announced that these were returning on my Redpants Instagram account. And yes, I do actually use that account sometimes, so if you want to keep up to date on what's going on, make sure you follow the Redpants Instagram account and also Redpants Unzipped, which is the fun side of Redpants. Get it? Yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on. When I announced that these were coming back on Instagram, I had a few people ask some questions, so I figured I'd make a video for YouTube so more people would know that these are back, but also to go over some of the information about these fobs so it'll answer those questions as well as maybe a few others that you might have. Questions primarily centered around the buttons, so let's start there and work our way out. These are the buttons for the new key fobs, and as you can see, it's one single piece. The earliest versions of these fobs had individual pieces for each button, but this is actually a better design because not only do the buttons feel more stable and sturdy inside the fob, but they also act as a springboard, so when you click one button, the other buttons help bounce it back into place, giving it more of a positive feel when you're pressing a button. And yes, they do click. The other thing to know about these buttons, which is different from the originals, is that the labels are not actually printed on like they used to be at some point. These are molded in. So the white you're seeing for those icons on each button is the actual plastic, and it is molded in to show that icon on the front side, the face of those buttons. Even if you took a chainsaw to it, you're still gonna have that white there until you run out of button itself. So you don't have to worry about those rubbing off at all. The last thing to know about the buttons is that they are actually oriented in the opposite direction compared to the original key fob. So the original fob, the buttons were oriented in such a way that when you use the fob and you point it at your car, you're gonna be dangling your keys at it like you're waggling your Todger at somebody that's unsuspecting, and it's just kind of vulgar. I never liked it. It always felt weird to me. So happily for us, Spinstate reoriented the buttons so that when you press these, it actually faces your car. And that's something I think is a lot better. It's a lot more secure. You're holding your keys, you're pointing it, you don't have to worry about anything bouncing around or being weird. It just feels a lot more natural to me. Now, the one thing that they did take away from the original key fob was that the original buttons had contours and colors to help differentiate them, especially in low light conditions. But personally, I didn't mind too much going to this smoother, sleeker, monochrome design because I never remembered which button did which based on feel alone. I still looked at it every single time I used it. So although some people might miss the contours and colors, I think in practicality, for at least some of me, it never really made a difference and I didn't feel like I was losing anything. But your experience may vary, so keep that in mind if you're looking at getting one of these. The buttons have lost the contours and colors, so you will have to actually look at it if you don't just remember better than I can. So anyway, that's the main stuff to know about the buttons. Moving on from the buttons, let's go from the front of the fob onto the back. We've got a piece of sapphire glass, which is the same type of stuff that is used for watches. It's very scratch resistant and looks great. It's in there so that you can actually take it out when you disassemble this in case you want to modify it in any way. So for example, when I assemble these, I add a small piece of textured vinyl to the back side of it. It's just applied with water, so when you take it off, it leaves no residue whatsoever. If you want to leave it there, that's totally fine, but I have it that way so that if you want to further customize this, some people have added different colors of vinyl, some people have painted it, some people have added stickers. You can do whatever you want with it to make it more unique to your own car. But that's all that is. It's a piece of sapphire glass with textured vinyl that you can keep there or change however you want to. Moving back from there, the body of the fob is made out of reinforced nylon that is injection molded. So it's very accurate shape and very strong. It'll take a beat and keep on ticking. And then to the rear of that, we have an OEM leather strap. Now this one in particular, since this is my set of keys, is Phantom Gray because that's what I have on the interior of my car. But the standard color is obsidian black. The original key fobs were black, so we just stuck with that. Black for the standard one. We also have bitter chocolates, and we have iron ore. So right now, those are the 4 colors that are available. You can just pick which one you want during the ordering process. And if I get more colors, I will definitely be adding those. So make sure you check back whenever you're able to if you're interested in changing those out. The straps can also be swapped out at any time. It only takes a few minutes to do that. So if for whatever reason the straps become available separately with different colors, I will be able to put those up, and then you could order those separately if you'd like to update your key fob down the road. But as far as that is concerned and the assembly itself, it's very simple. There are 4. I can't count good. There are 3 bolts on the back side of this, and there's an Allen key that is included with every single fob for assembly. So it's very easy to do. Now, as far as assembly is concerned, I'm not going to go over that in this video because I already have a whole video going over these key fobs, including the entire process of transplanting the internals from your original fob into the new Spinstate fob. So make sure you check that out. I will have a link to that video down in the description below if you want to see how to do it yourself. And it's not too hard, so make sure you check that out in case you're interested in one of these. But that's it. They are now in stock and shipping from redpants.lol and redpants.jp. So make sure you check out both websites if you have any other wants, needs, or desires for your Aston Martin. But that's the video. Hope you like it, and please subscribe, like, follow along, all the other jazz, and I will see you in the next video.